Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, and up.
Ticket prices are soaring like she's draining threes on the moon, and it feels like the Fed might need to step in. Fans are packing arenas, records are falling, and courtside seats are being sold at kidney-level prices. What kind of magic is this? Is Caitlin Clark really a mix of Taylor Swift, LeBron James, and Steph Curry rolled into one? Her recovery from injury set off the spark, and the frenzy hasn't stopped since.
In fact, ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA still doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all.
Caitlin Clark isn't just dribbling a basketball, she's dribbling egos, rewriting media narratives, and shifting financial scales. Without even trying, she's dunked the entire WNBA into a new era. Let's be honest, there's a clear before Clark and after Clark. Ticket prices were steady before she arrived, but now they've shot straight into the luxury tax bracket.
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for Ping Pong Lang, She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Proven fact is, they had a game on June 7th scheduled, it was going to be Angel Reese's team, which plays for Chicago, and then for Caitlin Clark's team. They were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25.
The real tension comes from veteran players who seem rattled by the new energy. It's like they missed the memo that bigger audiences mean more money and more reason to relax. Clark's influence stretches far beyond her 30-point nights. Even when she isn't playing, attendance climbs, merchandise sells out, and TV ratings spike. Crowds treat her like Taylor Swift crashing an NFL game, leaving security on edge. The problem? Some WNBA veterans would rather run barefoot on a fast break than admit her impact. You'd think the league would celebrate the player bringing them this much spotlight, but instead, certain players act like she stole their endorsements and lunch money.
In fact, ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA still doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs. You can argue all you want if she's the best player in the league, but you absolutely cannot argue if she's the most important, because she is. She is more valuable than all the other players combined, and that is just
The wildest part? Her influence doesn't stop on off nights. Even when she's not suited up, arenas are packed just in case she shows up. No one else gets that treatment. Sure, players post passive-aggressive Instagram stories about respecting veterans, but the reality is 2.5 million people tuned in to watch Clark get triple-teamed at half court. Some players don't get it. Clark isn't their rival, she's their elevator. Instead of writing it up, they're busy trying to cut the cables. On the surface, the league preaches rookies must earn it, but the truth is, Clark already earned it. She's the reason certain games are on national TV for the first time in over a decade. Meanwhile, veterans' jealousy echoes louder than a buzzer beater. Ironically, Clark isn't asking for special treatment, she's too busy pulling up for Lobo threes like her shot chart runs on GPS.
NBA is now suffering a major injury as Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury, and the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but the Sky and the Fever were supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese vs. Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. down to $25 after the injury announcement. And it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take. So
Every time Clark touches the ball, the media circus kicks into overdrive. Analysts lose their minds, camera crews swarm like drones, and coverage feels like a mashup of National Geographic and ESPN. As her spotlight grows, casual fans debate zone defense on TikTok. You'd think athletes would toast the exposure with champagne, but instead, some dismiss her with lines like, "She hasn't proven herself yet." Funny, because in 15 minutes she's generated more hype than entire franchises have in 15 years. Even when she doesn't play, fans still flood arenas, scalpers circle like she's Coachella's headliner, and her absence feels.
Support system, that shouldn't change. I think, Caitlin knows that she has the ears and eyes in the locker room, and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there, and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Caitlin, so I'll take it.
The WNBA has always had stars, no one doubts that. If Diana Taurasi elbowed a brick wall, the wall would apologize. But Clark brings something different, cultural velocity. The same lightning in a bottle energy Tiger Woods and Serena Williams had. It can't be taught or replicated. And no one claims she's flawless. She turns the ball over, gets blocked, stripped, and makes mistakes. But when she leads, Twitter explodes. When she takes a hard foul, sports radio debates it. When she sneezes, blogs speculate about injuries. That's power, not because she asked for it, but because she earned it. Instead of fueling that momentum, some players try to diminish her, as if it's just a phase. They don't get it, this isn't a sorority, it's a business. And right now, Clark is delivering the strongest pitch the league has ever had.
Turns out she's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started. And, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest. And comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts.
Here's the real drama. Even people outside women's basketball are noticing the divide. Is this how you treat the athlete pulling millions of new eyes to your sport? Sadly, yes. Some players act like Clark's rise is an invasion, not a revolution. But the truth is, every time she plays, or doesn't, the league benefits. Instead of leveraging the spotlight to sell jerseys, secure TV deals, and grow the game, egos are gatekeeping. That's why, even as a rookie, Clark already controls the ball, the media, the money, and about $50 million in market influence. Whether she's swishing logo threes or just sipping Gatorade on the bench, the Caitlin Clark effect is undeniable. The league can embrace it or get left behind.
To describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing.
Yes.
A beast. She is the truth. She's the truth, and she was a rookie. Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty, so sometimes she look like she's coming off for a three-point shot and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass, she can shoot. Man, she is the
This isn't just basketball, it's a cultural shift. When fans cheer louder during warm-ups than tip-off, you know something's different. Clark didn't fix the WNBA, she reminded everyone how massive it could be. That reality is hard to accept for those who thought only their agency had that kind of pull. And then there's Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, suddenly parading around like she single-handedly dunked the league into stardom. She's out here pitching how I saved the WNBA slideshows as if Clark were just an intern fetching Gatorade. But let's be clear, Engelbert didn't shatter college viewing records, spark a retail craze, or teach millions of new fans about dribble handoffs. She's lucky to be clinging to the edge of a cultural earthquake. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't a marketing strategy, it's a force of nature.